Whoa, collar's all jacked up. Bill, Marco, welcome. Man, thank you guys for the early favors and the restreams. Good to see you kids. Thank you guys for being here. Episode 80. You know what that means, right? 20 more to go. Speaking of 20 more to go, where are you going? Where are you headed in 2016 on the Nooner? I'm just tweeting this out right now. Well, hey, God. Holy smoke, God's on the Nooner. That is some real pressure right there. Is that even... Wow. Okay, I'm going to follow God because that just makes sense. Welcome. God has joined the Nooner. God says, hey. Thank you for being here. My name is David Bradley. This is episode 80 of the Nooner. I am your host. My name is David Bradley. This is episode 80 of the Nooner. I am your host. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Let's bring this music down just a tad. Let's get this ball rolling, right? So what is the Nooner? The Nooner is Noontime Nuggets about sales, business, and life. I'm rolling in here every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, 12 o'clock noon, and we're going to be talking about either sales, business, or life. I'm going to drop a little bit of a nugget. I call them Noontime Nuggets. Thanks for the restream, Bill. What are we focused on? So today we're going to be talking about 3 tips for staying focused on long-term goals. Not just the shorts, but the longs. It's easy to lose sight of that stuff. I think God bounced. So look, here's the deal. If you guys, let me introduce myself to you a little bit. My name is David Bradley. I'm a sales and marketing manager for Grant Cardone. Okay, that's my primary modus operandi. Been working with Grant since March of 2011. Been following his material since 2003. Grant's material took me from barely surviving in sales, walking around like a deer in the headlights, clueless, not knowing what I was doing, to making an incredibly good living at it. So I was able to get a chance to give that back to other people. So when I got that opportunity, man, I was all in. Okay. So what we do in Cardone Training Technologies, we work with businesses of all shapes and sizes, everything from individuals to full-scale Fortune 500 companies. We help find and handle missed opportunity, which typically results in a production increase of 15 to 30%, sometimes more. So think about where you're at right now in your business. What would an extra 30% be worth? If you like that idea, I can help. You can reach me at 310-777-0352. That's my direct number. Or shoot an email out, david@grantcardone.com. 2 other things on me. I'm the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Smoked cigarettes for 15 years, could not quit. Tried many times, tried multiple ways, but I found a way to stop. There is a difference, and I write about that in my book, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. You can get more information on that bad boy at stopdon'tquit.com. Shout out to my friend Connie Johns, who is in the process of kicking the habit before the habit leads to her kicking the bucket. And she's been using my book to stay motivated, focused, and on point. I know my buddy Marco has done the same. So thank you guys for doing that. First of all, thank you for taking care of your family by making a commitment to live longer. Appreciate that. Third thing on me, right along in line with the health and wellness concept, is I'm the founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. So if you search hashtag Rich Man's Gym, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you can find some pretty cool stuff. It's my next book, all about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. I don't believe you need to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do it right from the comfort of your own home. You can do it in the garage. You can do it in the backyard, at the park. Lots of ways to get in peak physical condition without having to go to the gym. So that's 3 things on me. Today we're going to be looking at 3 tips for staying focused on your long-term goals. If you guys are following Grant Cardone, he does a weekly strategy that usually goes out on Thursdays or Fridays. And so what I like to do on Mondays is sort of debrief that strategy. So last week's the title was Know Where You Came From. And I'm a big proponent of knowing your history. I think that's incredibly important. How did you get where you're at right now? Good or bad? Doesn't really matter. You need to know it, right? And there's that old adage about if those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it, right? Okay? That's true in globally, socioeconomically, countrywide, statewide, city, household, family, individual. You got to know where you came from. You have to have sight of that. You have to have some awareness. You have to have some clarity on it. But what's more important about that is that, what's the definition of insanity, right? The definition of insanity, we've heard this before, it's about doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay? So we all know that that's nuts. So, nothing tastes so good as espresso. 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a rainy Monday afternoon in Morro Bay, California. Something about that, man, makes espresso taste so good. God. Okay. Anywho, where was I? So you got to know your history. You got to know where you came from. More importantly, you need to know how you got to where you're at right now. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. A really tangible way of looking at insanity is when we talk about strength and conditioning and physical fitness. And, if you're not liking what you see in the mirror, if you're not, comfortable with that, but you've been doing the same routine over and over and over and over and expecting something different, you got to change it up. Okay? Make sense? But you got to know where you've been, because what you want to do with your history is you want to learn from it. You want to learn the good and you want to learn the bad. Hey, this worked. This didn't work. One of the things that I tell my online, if you're using Cardone On Demand or Cardone University, if you're a client of mine, I'm going to tell you, hey, every time you're done with a client, debrief it. It's in the past now, so it's history. Know it. Know what happened, what worked, what didn't work, what can I do better next time. That's right? Because look, the other thing you don't want to do is get stuck in it, good or bad. Who or what kind of an example can you come up with off the top of your head about people getting stuck in their history? Think about maybe this, I don't know if this is something that ever happened to you, but I remember when I was in high school, I'm 16, 17 years old, and you would get these guys that were 21, 22, and they'd come back and they'd hang out. I mean, we obviously know what their motive was. But, dude, they were back looking at the glory days, right? They were stuck. They were stuck in their past, right? And that's just a silly example. Let me just do a couple shout-outs real quick here. Sibi, hopefully I'm pronouncing one of those right. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Thanks for tuning into the Nooner. We're talking 3 tips for staying focused on long-term goals. And right now we're talking about the importance of knowing your history. So thanks for being here. The question I'm throwing out there is, can you think of an example about somebody that you know, whether it's a famous person or somebody in your own life who is stuck in their past? They're reliving the glory days, or they're stuck in some negative moment that won't allow them to move forward. A lot of people don't hook up on our training programs because they had a bad experience in the past. A lot of people have concerns with commitment because of bad experiences in the past. Right? So, but if you got a really good thing in front of you, you could be missing it completely because you're stuck in the past. Okay? Now, let's talk about being in the moment. because of my book, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone, I tell people if you're in the process of kicking a habit, whether it's smoking or whatever kind of addiction you're tied up on right now, if you're going through that and you're trying to get control back, you need to be present. So if what I tell people when I'm coaching somebody who's trying to stop smoking, I'm like, hey, look, stop trying to quit, first of all, and then secondly, be here in this moment. Okay, are you smoking right now? No, I'm not. Stay there. Don't get all caught up in the next moment right now. Okay, because we're in an emergency situation. We're going like 3 to 7 days cold turkey. So you just need to stay present here in this moment where you're not smoking. And then as you stay there, this level of control spreads out. And eventually you go from having control of the minute to the hour to the day to the week to the year. Okay? Right now I'm on control of the decade. Okay? Because I haven't had a cigarette in 15 years. Okay? So as a smoker who doesn't smoke anymore, I've built a proficiency at deciding not to smoke, and I've done that daily. But in the very beginning, it's a moment-to-moment decision, right? So Jeb Bush is living in the past, says Bill. So I'm looking for examples of people that are stuck in their past. Jeb Bush is an example. Be curious to hear why you think that. So the moment that you need to be in is right now. Now here's where it gets interesting. Whether you're trying to kick a habit, whether you're trying to move towards a goal, this moment, this now, it's already in the past. Nope, I didn't freeze. This moment, right now, here it is, already in the past. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying Jeb Bush, the Republican Party, Obama has won twice, technically, unless you're counting his Senate runs. Obama's won 3 times for a reason. Okay. So yeah, I get what you're saying. So like the culture and the paradigm in the country has shifted, and he's still back there. Gotcha. Okay, fair example. Good point. This moment that we're in right now, it's already in our past. It's already happened. It's gone. Okay? So the only place that's real and accessible is our future. So if we go back to Grant's strategy of the week, last week, he says, this is what I think is important of that. At 16 years old, I made a decision that I wanted to be wealthy and would do whatever I could to meet this long-term goal. I had no idea how I was going to create wealth for myself. I just knew that a life of scarcity was not for me. As I grew older, I learned quickly that I needed to move to where the opportunity was. Sure, it was uncomfortable, but successful people do what is uncomfortable to achieve greater comforts later on. Besides, being broke was more uncomfortable, so I was driven by the difficulty. So, it's the 21st. 2016 is literally right around the corner. This is where people start thinking about goals, and it's like, we do this every single year. Every single year we get dialed into like, hey man, what are your goals for 2016? Are you going to hit your targets this year? What are you planning? We get all excited. Okay, so let's look at some long-term goals. What are yours? Do you have them? I'm not talking your 2016. I'm not talking your New Year's resolution. I'm talking about long-term goals. Okay? Personally, I'm not going to get too specific on you because it's mine and whatever your goals are yours. But here's the deal. I want residual income. And a lot of it. Okay, Grant talks a lot about freedom. That's something that motivates the crap out of me. Okay? I want to either own property or something that produces residual, consistent, recession-proof income. So that's one of my long-term goals. Another long-term goal of mine is to be able to travel anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. I want to see this planet before I kill it, before I croak, before I die. I want to see this whole earth. Say, I've been there, been there, been there, been there, been there, been there, been there. This planet's beautiful. I don't want to die without having saying, I've seen it all. Long-term goal. Okay? That's going to cost money. So to pay for that, I want residual income so that while I'm out traveling, I'm not freaking out about my income. What's yours? So, 3 tips from Grant Cardone, Uncle G, the G-Man, GC, to keep yourself focused on those long-term goals. This is beyond 2016. This is beyond New Year's resolutions. Is that making sense? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So here's your first tip. Write your goals down twice a day. Have you heard this before? If you've been following these nooners. Now, who is this? CB. You're kind of new to this, so this may be a new concept for you. One of the things that Grant talks about, one of the things that he attributes to his high level of success is that he wrote his goals down, still does, once in the morning, once at night. Okay? Write your goals down every single day and every single night, every single day. Out of sight, what happens? Out of mind, right? Because, like where I live right now, it's something I wrote down every single day. Another long-term goal of mine is I want to have a house that is strictly designed for me and my family to be together in. Big one. Here on the central coast of California. I want to have Thanksgiving in my home where my entire family, and it's big, has a place to go to break bread. To spend a holiday. That'd be sweet. Right on the water. I write that down every single day. Number 2. Okay, so that's step number 1. Write your goals down. Okay, make a list when you wake up, right before you go to bed. This helps you stay focused on what you want, why you want it. Okay, and we're talking about the big stuff. Bill says books are a good source of residual income, but reinvest it, not spent it as the rich. Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I sell a book, it goes somewhere else. I don't even see that money. Okay, step number 2. Create a no negativity policy. The people who work around me know they will get their heads handed to them if they ever are negative around me. Okay? No negativity allowed. Check this out. Right there. Wait, hold on. Can you see that? There it is. See? It's there. There. Your greatness, don't fight it. Okay. If the fit's hitting the shan, I want to know about it. But I ain't tuning into the 11 o'clock news. Neither is Grant. Okay? The word can't does not exist, right? Like in the Karate Kid. Fear does not exist in this dojo. No, sensei! Can't does not exist in our workplace. Okay? That's impossible. I hate that. It's not impossible. There's got to be a way. Has to be a way. Just keep going forward, keep looking, keep searching, keep digging. Okay? Third thing, surround yourself with supportive people. Okay? This might just be, I don't know if it's the most important, but I got to tell you, of the 3, like this is one you want to just start really wrapping your head around. At least for me, okay? Think about this for a second. You're writing your goals down all the time. You've implemented a no negativity policy, but the people around you are not on the same page. Problem. You got a buddy who's stuck in average. Okay, I think it's Jim Rome, who was the guy that said, you are the product of the 5 people around you. Okay? So here's what Grant says. You might join organizations or clubs where you are all doing something you're excited about. Also, try and get your family on the same page with you. If your spouse, children, parents, and siblings celebrate your wins with you, it will go a long way towards keeping you motivated and energetic. Very, 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 very Very important. Share your long-term goals with them and ask for their help to keep you committed. Bill says soul suckers. That's right. Who are you hanging out with? Who's pushing you? Right? You want to do two things. Your circle, you want to be with people that are pulling you up, pushing you, okay? But you also want to have a couple people that you're pulling up too. They don't get to pull you down, but you got to pay that forward. Okay? Help people, okay? So those are your three. You guys remember what they are? Write your goals down twice a day. No negativity allowed. Support from the people around you, okay? Those are three crucial things to achieving and staying focused on your long-term goals, because it's so easy to lose sight of that, isn't it? Can be, if you decide to. Let's get the funk down. All right, episode 80 of the Nooner. What did you guys hear today that you liked? What grabbed you? Which one of these are you not doing already that you can start doing today? Are you writing your goals down every single day, twice a day? Are you doing that? If you're doing it every now and again, would it make sense to make a habit out of that? Are you committed to no negativity? Are you committed to staying positive no matter what goes down? And is everybody around you supporting you? And are you supporting everyone around you? Make sure you know what your friends' goals are, your family's goals, so you can help them and support them and push them, and that will come right back on you, okay? This has been episode 80 of the Nooner. Thank you, Bill, for being here. Thank you, Laura. Sibby, nice to meet you and have you on the Nooner today. You guys have a killer week. This is a great way to start the week, right? All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be talking about a different trait of a great salesperson. Thank you guys for being here. Happy Monday.